All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the B Team. We have Mikey Meatball over there, Muller over here, and two guests today. We have an Eagles fan, a Steelers fan. We got Ethan, recurring guest. We all know he just saved the guest. He just saved the guest last week. And then we got Luca over here, Steelers fan, riding with me on the
Yeah, Luca.
So welcome back to the show. Another recurring guest now. He did okay.
I did terrible.
I went to the pressure on him.
I went 0-2.
Awkward silence there.
You did okay.
Well, we gave him the pressure right when the picks were happening. Like, hey,
That's
just
true.
to let you know, you have to win or you're screwing up everyone else.
We did not tell him that he had to win going into those picks. That was on us. We told him after he made the picks.
You told me probation if I don't get them right.
Yeah, I texted you that.
Yeah, bro. Ice in the
Sorry about
veins.
that.
Both of you guys.
Yeah. But big week for you guys coming up. Big week. We'll get into it in a little bit. So what we want to get into first is Monday Night Football. We got to break down the game. So Dallas Cowboys absolutely
Are back.
I'm sorry.
failed.
Yeah. I'm
Failed
sorry.
miserably.
back.
Failed miserably. It was a shocking night. I mean, injuries everywhere. And honestly, it's for the better.
I had low expectations going in, but those two teams are pretty much having the exact same season.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
On opposite sides of the ball.
Opposite sides of the ball.
Yeah. If you combine them, great team.
High expectations, playoff bound, and literally like
High disappointment.
mid as hell.
Yes.
Bad team.
Yes, bad.
Now
Yeah.
I thought the Cowboys would at least squeak it out because they're at home and Burrow just finds a way. Burrow was trying to lose that game last
Well,
night.
the Cowboys
Lots of turnovers.
the Cowboys should not have lost that game. Let's just call a spade a spade. That play on the punt,
Yeah, they blew.
that
it.
is
They-
shocking.
Yeah.
That is shocking. Just everyone and their mom is yelling, "Run away from the ball!" And this guy ran straight to it. It was like a little kid in a candy shop.
Yeah.
Unreal. Unreal.
What was the point of I'm giving up though for you? We haven't talked in depth for Cowboys fandom.
What,
Was
I'm
it weeks
giving
ago? Yeah.
No,
I think it's this week right here.
No,
That was the week.
This is the week. Yeah.
So here's the thing.
This
So,
far
but
in?
hear me out.
they had their wins.
Hear
they
me
had
out,
a couple
though.
wins last.
So we were
couple
on a
weeks.
3-game win streak coming into that game, and we were on track to catch Washington. Because you guys were going to beat Washington in a few weeks, and if we beat Washington, we make the playoffs because we would win twice against them. We would have head-to-head, same record head-to-head.
Okay.
So
But even like the NFC South, like or West.
no,
way.
so
NFC North,
but they're in the same situation. They all have like the same records as us, where they would get a division winner, and then we would probably still catch their second place team, and so I would. And you look at our defense, and here's the thing: if our defense was gone, like Overshown last night, sadly tears everything out of his knee, and he's going to be done for a while. But like if that was the case with all of our injuries, I would have no hope. I would have quit weeks and weeks ago. But we were getting Micah back. We were getting the corners back. We were getting a bunch of key players back outside of Dak Prescott back on both sides of the ball. And last night was really the first time we were almost at full strength.
Lamb looked good.
Yes.
Lamb looked good.
Rico
Cooper
looked
Rush
good.
Looked like he was confident.
The O-line was good until the last drive.
Yeah.
And the defense was solid. So there was reason for me to have a little bit of excitement, being like, oh, this is actually going to be enjoyable for once. And then Overshown gets injured. We have Zach Martin get injured. And I have to apologize to Eagles fans and Jalen Hurts. Did not realize Cooper Rush was going to be this bad this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to play like Cooper Rush. My God, he's terrible. He is brutal to watch. I could have went out there and done the same job as him last night,
Yeah.
which was basically just force the ball to CeeDee Lamb.
Rico had a lot of good runs though.
Yeah, Rico down.
He set a career high in rush yards, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, 2 weeks. It's
He's no all-time franchise leading.
Yeah,
rusher.
that's a question.
No.
Are you willing to
Rico,
keep
I
him
am
next
on
year?
Rico's side forever. Got me to the playoffs in fantasy.
I think
love Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
I love him.
I think it's important, and Mike can attest to this, that I get out in the open before we start all the futures I have. So
Can I share one that I have then after that?
yes, of course. So
Because you're gonna love it.
I have the Steelers to win the Super Bowl. I just cashed it. Eagles to win the NFC East.
Okay.
I have the Eagles to also win the NFC Championship now.
Like that was a recent pick?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of on both sides of the fence here. You can't really hate me.
Okay.
Usually you could. But I'm on your teams tonight. I'm cheering for both of you.
It's not as fun anymore though. Like last year, we had back and forth banter. Like, you're gonna go farther. You didn't.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But
and
now it's like not even like
NFC's champs.
Playing Dallas this year, like blowing them out. It wasn't even fun. It was like beating up. Like,
it was a
kid
JV
with no
squad.
arms.
It was a JV
it
squad.
sucked. Yeah, and it won't be fun. It won't be fun in 2 weeks again.
How pissed you gonna be if we win?
Honestly, it kind of depends, like, what it is, the situation with the Lions. Like, if you guys win and, like, nothing could have changed anyway, like, if we were too far behind from the 1 seed, I really wouldn't be horribly bothered. It would be annoying, but, like,
I was pissed.
I wouldn't be in shame. Yeah. Well.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of the guy going around the Eagles parking lot post-game of the Panthers and just like, what do you think of Jalen Hurts? And just
I didn't
everything?
see that.
Dude,
What are your
I'm
thoughts?
sure that was crazy.
Honest thoughts of Jalen Hurts, because
Last
personally,
week or
I
the whole
think
season?
They were roasting him, the fans.
Let's
Dude,
just-
it was
let's just
idiotic. It was so bad.
let's talk as a whole, Jalen Hurts, because it's a weird scenario where deep down, I like Jalen Hurts. I've always said this from day one since he entered the league. I thought he should have been the starter on the Eagles, and eventually he got it, and he's worked his way into being probably easily a top 10, sometimes a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah.
But then you just have weeks like this one, and you could even point to last week a little bit, where last 3 weeks really, he hasn't come close to 200 yards passing. And it's not that the wide receivers aren't getting open.
No. Yeah.
Like, are we at all concerned with Jalen Hurts' play? Because you're still winning, and Saquon's going to get you over the line. But at some point, a defense is going to say, we're going to force Jalen Hurts to throw the football.
I wouldn't say I'm concerned because, like, he doesn't do it every week, as we've seen. But, like, when he does need to throw, and, like, there are times where he gets in the rhythm and he is dicing it up a lot. Like, against Cincinnati, he was dicing it up a lot. There was another big game where he was throwing for a lot of yards that is slipping my mind at the moment. But, like, I don't know. It's so bizarre with him because there's times where he turns it on and he has it and, like, everything's connecting. And there's other times where it doesn't even look like he knows how to throw a football.
Yeah.
That part is concerning. But the difference between last year and this year, obviously, is Saquon. Like, they have so much. Like, it's almost like they lean on him a little too much, which
He's like the Christian McCaffrey.
he is.
Of the Eagles.
I told everyone who would listen, as soon as Barkley went to the Eagles this year in the offseason, I literally said he's going to have the exact same year CMC did last year. And he pretty much is, if not better.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I definitely wouldn't say I'm concerned. I honestly think that it kind of looks like when they go out there, like they're not on the same page. And, like, obviously it looks like that's coming out in the locker room a little bit too. Like, there's opposing ideologies of what's going on the offense. AJ Brown wants the ball more. Sirianni's like, there's no problem at all. No, I'm not saying he shouldn't get the ball more. But you have,
They had 4 targets last game.
no.
Him and Devontae Smith.
Listen, I agree. But I'm saying, like, it's hard to be like, oh, we want to use Saquon a lot, but also we want to use AJ Brown a lot. We got Smitty. Johnny Wilson, apparently, is a key target.
Unreal.
Like, follow, subscribe, back to the show.
Dotson there is just running around doing cardio. He gets like 1 or 2 catches in the first quarter, and then he goes absent the entire
Track star this year.
Yeah.
I haven't heard his name since like the beginning of the year.
It's crazy.
He had one
I
good
thought he was
fumble
gonna be
recovery.
I thought he was
The outside kickoff.
I thought
recovery.
he was going to be difference maker, not difference maker, but like, you know, be a really good key
At least
player, like a Rashad
like
Bateman,
a deep
of the
target
world.
threat or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now he kind of just does nothing. But there's so much star power, like it's hard to
Yeah,
get the ball.
But it's also tough to get everyone the ball when the person throwing the ball can't get his main 2 targets the ball.
Yeah, no.
Like, if you
There's
can't get your main... Imagine Mahomes not be able to get Travis Kelce the football.
That
Yeah,
happened for a
well,
while.
I mean, Mahomes isn't playing his absolute best either. Let's be a little honest.
He's having a shitty season.
He's having a real bad year. Real bad.
Still,
They're squeaking out wins.
It is going to
Somehow.
bother me to no end.
he's still ahead
it
of
is
Sam
bothering
Darnold.
me
It is
now.
going to bother me to no end if I see them win another game on a last drive field
They
goal.
won't. They won't.
I thought the Chargers had him
Who's
at
gonna
least.
Every week. Every week
single
I think they
The
have.
Panthers,
No.
same thing.
Every team has him. For the past 6 weeks, every team
happened
has
with
had
the
him, and they went
Eagles-
on a field goal.
What happened with the Eagles in Carolina, that was like, that bothered me just as the 1 week. I can't imagine being a Chiefs fan and living through this every week, being like, oh, we're going to lose. We look like shit. Oh, we won by a field goal. Like, if I was a Chiefs fan right now, I wouldn't feel good going into the playoffs.
I actually
don't care
sent
what
Mike
it
a
is.
picture today. If every single 1-possession game was a reverse result,
I saw that
the
one,
Chiefs
yeah.
would be last place in the AFC.
The Jets would have
And
a
the
wild
Jets would
card.
have made it into the
Imagine
playoffs.
that. Imagine that. Imagine that. The Broncos would be number 1 right now. They'd be going for the bye. And the Jets would have a wild card.
Speaking of the Jets, out of curiosity,
Oh,
who is
here we
your
go. Sorry, Mike.
Who is your
It's okay.
centralized blame point here? Are we full I hate Aaron Rodgers at this point? Because I'm sure you are. But like, is it just him or is it deeper?
How much time do we got?
Not enough. Bro.
It starts. All right, I'll make it very short and
Bullet
sweet.
points.
Yeah. Woody Johnson, 100%.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
gets a lot of it. I don't think Joe Douglas, the GM that got fired, gets much blame. Yes, he's had a couple of like missed swings, but like he's also nailed on a guy like Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Brees, Tremaine. You can go down the whole
You
list.
guys got
Like,
stars. Like your team doesn't suck. They just play like shit.
I just think it's so much, dude. Coaching, Rodgers. I mean, we try not to talk about it because it's the same. It's beating a dead horse every time we have this conversation. But for your knowledge, it's everything.
Okay.
And they're saying Rodgers, like, he wants to come back. He wants to play for the Jets. Get his ass out of there. I don't know if you guys seen this, but there's talk around the league that Garrett Wilson might be requesting a trade.
I think he should.
Me too.
I think he should. Him and Brees
No.
Hall should come to the Cowboys.
That was the one thing I was scared about the most. Was Garrett Wilson requesting a trade. That is our only hope. We are screwed. Just let Jordan Travis play at this point. Blow it up, and do it again. Terrible. Terrible.
Blow it up and do it again.
I had to just let it out,
That's
but
fine. That's how it was last.
even watching that game, bro, like, even
Every year.
the Dolphins game, they looked. It's crazy because 1 week, the
Thanks,
one
Ethan.
outlier week.
This is good.
It's all good. Let me get it out here. The one outlier week, it happens every, 4 to 5 weeks. They look like the team that they should have been looking like the whole season. They actually played well against the Dolphins, funny enough. But they just choke. They choke. They can't finish wins.
They're the reverse Chiefs.
They are the reverse Chiefs.
Yes.
They are. It's actually impressive how bad you are in one possession games.
It's just impressive how bad we are all around. Like, we got worse with Aaron Rodgers. Zach Wilson played better than him, which is beyond me. Beyond me.
Yeah.
You know who I would like? That Sam Darnold guy. He's looking pretty good. So
Bring
him back.
He's going to be a giant.
But let's go back to that, Mike, because every year that we've had this show running, it's been blow it up and do it again. And we just keep blowing it up and doing it again. At some point, we just got to believe in something. Jordan Travis, just do it.
I believe in him.
I've
never seen him throw a football. I believe in him.
I've seen him throw a football. Hey.
I've never seen him play football. I believe him. Let's go.
God.
I'm in. I'm all in.
We're past the point of no return.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's bad. It's like sell the team.
Yeah.
Like, please sell the
No,
team.
it's not even that. It's move the franchise.
Yeah.
to St. Louis.
MetLife needs to get blown up. There's some really bad.
If there's do you
bad
think there's a
juju
way
going
that we
on.
could just bring back the Meadowlands? Like blow up MetLife and then just bring back the
Yeah.
other stadium?
Just have him play at Citi Field at this point. Call it a day.
Yeah.
Get rid of the HVAC unit called MetLife Stadium, and never look back, ever.
Imagine.
At least you got to see it, dude. That's a big That's a big experience for you. You got to experience MetLife Stadium.
Angry Jets fans.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
I saw a Jets fan throw a beer at a disabled person.
Yeah, half full.
Half full.
Twice.
I've seen things along those.
But one thing about the stadium, there has to be a better way to exit it. We talked about this.
I
There
think once it was horrible. I had to shuttle to the parking lot.
is
stadium?
terrible. Philadelphia just spiraling down the steps, way better because this one, it's like tiered like this, but you don't go down far enough that it makes a difference. Like it's like you're just walking a flat line and then a flat line and a flat. You turn 13 times before you get out of the stadium from the 200 level. By the time you get out of the stadium, you're out of breath. You got to take a break before you walk to your car.
There's many problems.
I almost fell asleep there. Me and Jake almost fell asleep.
I thought you both were out in the first quarter.
We
It was
yeah,
bad.
it-
Bad day.
We right off the bat, they looked like how they were, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's all right. I could probably take a little nap. I drove, so I just started nodding off. Then Gassie's over here. He's nodding off.
Both of them. The two Jets fans I went to the game with fell asleep in the first.
We have Adam and Koski freaking so locked in.
Yeah.
Me and Gass are just like, whoa.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Comment and subscribe. Don't comment me about what the Cowboys are going to do this week. They're not going to win. Like, comment, subscribe. Funniest part of that game was that we're sitting in the parking lot getting ready to go in, and the two Colts fans are trying to rush us into the game. Like, we got to get in there for kickoff. Got to get in there.
My God.
Both Jets fans are sitting in their lawn chairs, sipping their beers, going, "You really want to rush in to watch this?" We'll get in at the second quarter.
I'm like,
You'll
dude,
see everything.
Why are you
It's like-
such in a rush to go see these guys play? I get it. You want to see your 6-7 Colts team try and make a playoff run,
Yeah.
but dude, I bought all this beer. We might as well drink it.
Honest to God, it's really impressive seeing like all these really, really bad teams still selling out stadiums every week. Like I see too many people at these Giants and these Jets games.
Not
selling out is an
Bro,
overstatement.
Enough people are going.
Yes.
It's crazy.
They had Giants tickets last week against the Saints for $1 in the 300s.
Yeah.
Everyone
A
wants to
buck,
watch a
dude.
football game.
A buck. You can get an Arizona IC. That's worth it way more than a fucking Giants ticket. For $1? Unreal.
I was surprised how many people went to that Cowboys Giants Thanksgiving Day because that was.
Well, that's Thanksgiving. It's different.
Dude,
It's
if
different.
my team looks like that, I would not be going there on Thanksgiving Day.
No.
That's just me.
Shout out to Tommy though. Shout out to Tommy paying for OnlyFans models to come flash him on the sideline. Interesting. That's like, can it get worse for New York teams? Can it? Honestly.
Yeah.
It's crazy that that's a yes.
Yeah. You never know, man.
Oh God.
Especially the Giants. They're bad.
Booty cheeks. All right, so let's get in. We didn't even talk about the Monday night game really, so let's just skip over it.
Oh,
There's no point. There's no point.
no.
It was injuries galore.
Save Joe Murray.
Oh.
I mean, Jamar Chase beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, he had
Jamar
4.
Chase is great. Yes.
Which actually, yeah. So let's talk
great
about this.
fantasy pick. Great FanDuel pick every year. He's great.
My
So
guy.
Yo, that was a crazy hit, though. I like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
That was
I enjoy
good.
it.
Yeah.
A little bit of a fantasy recap here. So last show I talked about my fantasy dilemma, how I was sitting in last place. I needed. So do you guys know what my situation was?
Not sure.
Okay, so let me explain it. So I had Jamar Chase, and the person I was playing had the Chase
Right.
Brown.
Chase Brown. Yep.
Chase Brown and the Cleveland defense. So I needed basically Joe Burrow to only throw to Jamar, and I needed touchdowns. And that Jamar Chase touchdown at the end not only took me out of last place, but it relieved me of all calendar duties. Our punishment is a calendar, and they can make you do whatever they want. So it was miserable. And leading up to this whole thing, I collected every kicker to make sure the person I was playing couldn't get a kicker.
Yeah.
And that didn't go over well. I was forced. Tell me this. Am I in the wrong here?
No.
So did I do anything wrong?
No.
If all the kickers
No.
are there and
I'm
I
with you.
drop everyone on my bench who I'm not planning on playing and I pick up literally like 6 kickers so that they can't play a kicker.
Depends if your bench was startable or not. Like if these guys can pick them up for the playoffs and they can start to put up points,
Yeah,
that's
did
a different
you
story.
drop,
Like,
well,
who
no,
is a good
Worthies
person that
of
you
the
drop?
world or something like
Yeah.
that?
No. Like these guys they're never going to play. They're never going to play. I had a backup running back from the Raiders. I had a backup tight end on the Cowboys who's not even playing. I don't even know if he's on the roster anymore. I dropped another kicker who was a free agent now. He got cut. And then I dropped the defense. What do you want from me? I picked up all the kickers, and they got all pissy about it because there's 4 teams tied for last going into that. And they're like, that's the integrity of the league is gone.
Yeah.
So they forced me to give the kid one of the kickers. And he just was lights out the whole night for the Bengals.
That's a wild thing to do. But
What?
it's like very funny that
But-
you just took every single kicker that was
Yeah.
playing.
But did I do anything illegal?
No, I
I
mean,
guess
It's a
not.
strategy, I guess.
It is. Like, sue me. You guys could have picked them up. The person that was playing had a free agent kicker in his lineup, and I took all the kickers so he couldn't pick one up.
work smarter, not harder.
Thank you. All right, let's get into the game at hand here. This is why we brought you guys on. So the Steelers and the Eagles are playing this week, and it's going to be a really good game. Last time we had you on, the Steelers had not Russell Wilson playing. It was not Sussy for Russie yet.
No, still Fields.
It was still Fields, and we were talking about how Fields should be the starter still. My God, were we wrong.
Oh, we were terribly
We
wrong.
were so wrong. Sussy for Russie season is here. I'm excited. I genuinely think that the Steelers are going to run this game because of the defense.
Gonna run it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I that pun intended.
All right.
I don't know, whichever one of you wants to
Go
start.
ahead.
No,
Take
it's
it
okay
away.
because he just said that. I'm gonna agree with that. So if you,
By run away, do you mean blow them out? Is that what you're saying?
well, I wouldn't say blowout.
No,
Oh,
they're
you're
just
just
going to
gonna say.
control the game.
Oh.
I'm not. We're talking about the Steelers here. They're not blowing anybody out.
Okay.
You know?
I don't know about because I feel like the Eagles defense is also going to play top caliber. I feel like they're going to cancel each other out. It's going to be a low scoring game.
Pickens is not playing at this point as well.
I did
He'll be
did
there.
want to touch on that.
He'll
too,
be
yeah.
there.
You think?
I'm
so?
sure he'll be there,
Did you
but is he gonna
call him?
play?
Did you ask him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll
Yeah.
be there.
He's definitely fighting Cooper DeJean. He's throwing punches like a sick.
Yeah, Cooper G will fight back.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's gonna
Exciting
get.
whites
He's
versus
an
Pickens.
exciting, real exciting white.
God.
I don't know. This game's so tough for me. It's like I want to look at it like it's the Ravens game. I was nervous as hell about the Ravens going into Baltimore. I thought because they had lost, they had been playing really rough recently.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they're gonna take a shit on us and they're gonna make a statement. They did not. But I feel like the game might honestly roll the same way. Like the Eagles start slow. They start slow in every game. They're not going to score in the first quarter. They'll maybe get a touchdown in the second quarter. They'll keep it close at half, and then third quarter, I think
They've definitely been like a second half team.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because it used to be like the Super Bowl year they would go up 20 points at half and then let these teams crawl back, and then the next thing you know it's a one possession game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if AJ Brown has a legacy game this weekend.
The last time AJ Brown played the Steelers, he scored like 3 touchdowns, 190
Do you remember
yards.
that?
I do remember that.
I remember that. I was there.
Yeah.
I want to be there again.
Yeah.
And he's gonna do it again. But Russ is probably gonna lay some points on us too.
He's been looking really well.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he's developed in the way that he has, because if we got to Denver Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
we would have been.
Well, that's the thing though. Like,
Denver Russell Wilson wasn't bad.
Denver Russell Wilson wasn't bad. Denver was just not great in general. I feel.
True.
They had the Jets OC as their head coach.
That's all you need to.
Oh,
know.
that's
Yeah.
the problem. That was the
Yeah.
problem. That was the problem.
Massive.
Because I was surprised by that too. Because I was like, wait, Russell Wilson's like back.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like he wasn't that he was back, but it's like he's just in a better place.
Yeah, he's in a better place.
I'm surprised you guys are so thrilled over Fields though, because I thought Fields was playing really well.
No, I thought he was too.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he ever had like a crappy game or anything like that. And I like what we're doing with him now when we
Yeah.
bring him in and like,
It's like a Taysom Hill type thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. So I think that works out well. I don't know. I think the game, the Steelers-Eagles game, is going to be like a very close matchup. I think I'm not trying to say we're like the same team, but we're like, this is going to be
very
like
similar.
like very similar. Like if you want two teams playing each other, it's these two teams. Like our point differential on the season is nearly identical.
Yeah.
We're like letting up the same amount of points. We're scoring the same amount of points, playing some of the same teams. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be a close game.
It's definitely going to be close. I feel like if it was in Pittsburgh, I would side with Pittsburgh. I feel like the home team's just going to make the difference here. It's tough to play in Philly, but I'm sure a lot of Pittsburgh fans are going to be there too. So
But
it'll be interesting.
There might be more Pittsburgh
That's-
Steelers fans than Eagles fans there, honestly.
So that's what.
Could be
Like,
chaotic
I
in
don't
that
think
park.
home field advantage.
No.
I think the home field advantage, no matter where it's at, is Pittsburgh. Because let me tell you, the link, that is one of the quietest places on earth. That is one of the quietest places. That is the only stadium that we can watch a football game on TV and hear everyone talk. Everyone on the field, you can hear everything.
Oh, yeah.
That stadium is silent 90% of the time.
don't
You
know if
guys,
that's gonna be
the
happening this
Eagles
year.
fans, I'm not saying you, and I'm sure when you're there it sounds a little louder, but from an outsider looking in, I feel like Eagles fans got to figure it out a little more because we can't just be yelling FUs the whole time. Like, we actually have to cheer and like be loud sometimes. And you guys don't get up for games that are the Panthers,
No.
but you have to because clearly your team needs it.
Yeah. Well.
So
The Eagles
so
have
if they,
always played down to the competition, so which is why they're going to play up to the competition this
let's hope.
week.
Let's hope.
God, I hope so.
I think
I can't wait to hear Renegade play in your stadium.
that game is going to be a battle of the trenches. I think whoever controls the line of scrimmage right off the bat is going to win that game. Key game for Jalen Carter. If Jalen Carter could get in the backfield and get to Russ, they have a shot. Whoever's going to run the ball the most, whoever's going to get those first downs, is going to get it. I think the Eagles have a chance if they could just stop Najee, which isn't that hard of a task. No. But the thing is, the Steelers have to stop Saquon. If they let Saquon go off for 100 to 150 yards, I think the Eagles take it. But if TJ Watt is sacking Jalen Hurts, they're somehow stopping the touch push and containing him and honestly making him throw, they have a chance to win.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's their key. If they make Jalen Hurts throw after what they saw last week, that's the blueprint.
Watt, Herbig, Highsmith, Queen,
Yeah.
they're all going to be going after Jalen and Saquon. I mean, I think our defense is going to not dominate, but like
They know what to do, though.
Stop him.
Our defense knew how to stop King Henry a little bit, though, too.
Yeah, that was impressive.
And King
That was
Henry
impressive.
is miles better than Jalen Warren and Najee Harris. So
Mm-hmm.
if they can stop him, that's probably the best running back we're going to see all year.
Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Back to the show.
Now that you brought up the record, though,
Yeah.
that's happening.
Yes. Oh yeah.
It's happening.
I took that.
Yeah.
I took that as well.
I took that as well.
I have way too many Eagles bets.
But I do kind of really want him to do it in 3 games instead of 4, even though I feel like he won't, because I don't want to hear people being like, oh, he got an extra game. I know they're going to say it anyway, but yeah, him doing it against the Giants is going to be cinema. It's going to be really funny. I don't know, man. He's a great guy.
I genuinely think that the Steelers are going to stunt his chance to do it in 3. Like,
Yeah.
I just think that defense is too strong for him to blow up. Like, I'm not saying scrimmage yards he's not going to have more than 120 because he easily could.
Yeah.
He could get screens and run all over. But the run game, I think the Steelers and Tomlin, they're going to be like, all right, stop Saquon, figure out if Jalen can actually
It's
find
going to come down to the
receivers.
O-line if they can make those big enough gaps
Yeah.
for them, because if
Yeah.
he can slip off for like 30, 40, 50 yards,
Mm-hmm.
Well, if he gets like
line up.
5 to 7 yards past the line, like
Yeah.
no one's really going to be able to tackle him that well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
No one's
mean-
going to be able to catch him.
Yeah.
The
Little
AJ
tackle.
Brown slants need to be very, very alive on Sunday for us to win. Hurts needs to throw, and Hurts needs to play like he has not against Carolina. The thing with him though is like I get so mad at him when he does like these stupid ass throws. Like he throws like on the line of scrimmage right to Smitty, and Smitty gets a yard or loses a yard every time. Like, why not just let them go down a little bit and take some time and then maybe gain some yardage? But then he'll do that, and then he'll make a key run for like 15 or 20 yards to get us in the red zone. Like, it's hard for me to like get pissed off at him. Like I don't know. It's such a bizarre dynamic with Jalen Hurts. It's like 1 minute I'm like, this guy's not what I thought he was, and the next minute I'm like, oh my god, he just saved the game. Like, I don't. It's a crazy concept.
I think he's going to have to make some decisions this week, though, because he's not going to have much time in the pocket.
No.
Which is
Yeah,
concerning.
and he's gonna freak out.
Concerning.
Yeah.
It's concerning. So, I mean, that's all those reasons are why he got benched against Georgia.
Oh, we can't talk about college ball.
I mean, if
Come on.
we're gonna go back, he's a serial loser when it comes to that type of situation. So
But he's a serial
I'm concerned
winner in the NFL.
in the regular season, yes.
Yeah, in the regular season.
Yeah.
Besides,
So- Yeah, so zero Super Bowls, same stack.
more conference championships in that though.
That's fine. We don't play for conference championships, play for Super Bowls.
Which you have how many in your lifetime?
I've watched a bunch on VCR.
Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Back to the show.
You mentioned something about the spread. Keep it going. Like, why are they doing that? It's a mistake.
The spread is
Yeah,
rising.
they're making a mistake.
Yeah, I don't know. It was 4.5 last. I was looking last night just out of curiosity. It was 4. It was 4 on Monday night,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
this morning I had looked again. It was like 5.5.
Yeah. I was.
That's why I'm assuming. Are they assuming Pickens isn't playing? Like,
Yeah,
I feel like that's the
that-
only thing that could be a
At
thing.
this point, he's not playing. So I'd
Yeah.
have to imagine that's what affected it.
It'll probably stay within 4 or 5. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to get anything greater than 6.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's a really good spread. I
Plus,
honestly.
plus 6.5 would be crazy. That'd be
Yeah.
free money.
I mean, honestly, I think it's free money to take Steelers +4. Like, I think the Eagles are going to win, but I don't think. Like, I'd be shocked if they won by
Yeah.
a score against this defense.
And you would
More than
have
a
to
score.
think that home field is giving them probably 2.5.
Yeah.
You would have
Yeah.
to think. So, yeah, I don't hate that line at all, to be honest with you, for the Steelers.
Neither do I. I mean, I'll be taking it.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean,
+4. +4.5.
Especially being that the Steelers have a trustworthy kicker.
yeah, we're not.
The Eagles
we don't
can't
have
say the
Justin.
same at the moment.
We don't have Justin Tucker.
What are your
he's
thoughts-
Not gonna,
what are your
he's not
thoughts
gonna lose
on
the game
What
for
is
us.
going on?
This
I
is
don't
a big
know.
talking point because
It's
you're
strange.
coming down the stretch now and you got to figure it out because it's going to come down to this eventually.
I know.
And
I know.
he's been let's be honest, he's been money for a number of years
Yeah.
for the Eagles, and now it's like not as bad as Tucker, but we're getting there. It's close. Like they're going away from him.
Yeah.
They're going for it on 4th and 6.
I know. I was at that Commanders game Thursday night where he missed like he missed an extra point and then a field
And
goal.
then a field goal, yeah.
All make bull. Like
Mhm.
and the
I think it was like a 42-yarder.
it was a little windy, but like it like
Mhm.
I've seen this guy make 55 yarders in the fucking rain. Like
Yeah.
it's insane.
Yeah.
But Yeah, no, I am getting nervous. He is kind of Justin Tuckering a little bit. Like he's not as reliable as I thought he was. And it's so funny because the next day on like sports radio stuff, everyone was like, "We used to give Sirianni a bunch of garbage for going for it on 4th and whatever." Maybe he knew something.
Yeah, maybe he was right.
Like I was like, it's so funny because I was talking to my dad when we were sitting at the game. And I was like, if he had gone for it on 4th and 5 there, he would have got booed out of the stadium. But they missed the field goal anyway, so maybe he's on to a point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I am growing. I'm more concerned with Elliott than Hurts. I know that's really different, but if it comes down to like a field goal on Sunday and he whiffs it or he just misses it and he just looks down at the ground again, and I have to see that expression on his face one more time.
Still the same turf that has been the last 3
throw
years.
a rock at the screen. I can't believe it. The one guy who I'm like, oh, we're in field goal range. We're good. No, I don't love that. Boswell's great though.
Boswell MVP. If a special teams player could win MVP.
Oh please.
Wow.
Brendan Aubrey.
Oh yeah.
Cavante Turpin.
I mean,
No.
you kind of have to be on. You gotta have to be on
Just
like a winning
commander
team.
killer. Come on.
That dude is electric for like 2 plays a year.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's nothing. But seriously, though, I think kickers just suck now in our league. Like, how many kickers can you honestly say are good? We got Boswell. We got Brand Aubrey.
Yeah.
Like
Fairburn.
Fairburn,
Yeah.
Although he almost cost them a game
Yeah.
too.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
he's not.
It's hard
like,
to kick,
there's
man.
not a
It's
lot
hard.
that you look at it and it's like, he's making it. I feel like you go back 5 years, you had Tucker, you had Prater, you had Dan Bailey.
and Terry.
Yeah.
Guys like that. Yeah.
There was a ton of kickers in the league where it was 30 and in, no questions.
Yeah.
I felt this
questions,
whole
like-
year with special teams, not even just kicking field
Yeah.
goals, but obviously we saw it last night with punts and everything else. I mean, the Cowboys Commanders game was a massive special
Crazy.
teams loss. So it's just been, I mean, the Steelers against the Jets, that was one as well. I mean, it's just been all throughout the league. Like special teams, you don't think it matters at all, but oh my God, especially this year, if you don't have a good special teams unit, it's going to somehow bite you in the ass somehow.
And it's not even just the kickoffs. It's like it's just catching a punt. It's just letting the punt run away. Like catching a kickoff. Just catch the ball. These guys can't catch it. So maybe it's a kicker thing and a punt kick return thing. Maybe we all just have dropped our expectations on them. Maybe a too
We've
high of
expected too much.
expectations. Yeah, too
They're
much.
just humans. No. You're a soccer player. Have you ever tried to kick a field goal before?
Yeah, he has.
Ethan, I'm the reason why they have Brandon Aubrey.
Oh yeah.
Go back and watch the video. Put it out 2 years ago. Yeah, I hit a 60-yarder. Me and Gas went out there. I absolutely splattered him with mud on the first kick. I had a cow. Seriously, we'll find the video after this and I'll show you. I was just launching balls. It was when who was our kicker at the time? It was Greg the Leg, and I made a whole video to Jared. I was like, we gotta get this guy out of here. Like, hire me. And he didn't hire me, but he went with another soccer player, and now we have one of the best kickers in the league. Yeah.
Do you think
If you need me to do that for the Eagles, I'll do it.
Yeah, honestly, I
All
would
right.
get you out there. If Jake Elliott misses a game-winning field goal against the Steelers, I'm all ears.
All right, yeah, we'll do it because as long you got to find me like an Eagles helmet because I refuse to remodel my Cowboys one with birds.
I can't.
So if you can find me an Eagles helmet, I will do it.
Yeah.
I'll even wear an Eagles jersey. Done it before.
Well, no, don't be making promises. you still owe me a favor of the Eagles.
Oh, that's
jersey.
true. We should have done
Yeah,
it tonight.
I should have brought it.
Should've,
Yeah.
but- Yeah. Speaking of jerseys, we have a Saquon jersey, giving it away. We're gonna pick a winner on Christmas. So you just have to subscribe to YouTube.
Speaking of Christmas, how are your parlays doing, man?
We are right on even.
Yeah?
Not as good as last year. Right on even. Mike, why are you hiding your face?
I haven't taken
it's
a
been
single,
rough, buddy.
60
single
yards
one of
yesterday?
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm like, I'm just going to leave it. Man couldn't even break 40.
them. Nah.
I might have to go
40,
back
you
to
couldn't break
darts.
30, you couldn't
Yeah,
break
yeah,
25.
25.
I might have to go
If
back
you
to
took the
darts.
25 plus for minus 3,000, he didn't hit it.
I'm going for darts tomorrow.
Oh,
When
God.
I look,
Let's
we're
not
going
Mike.
darts.
Mike, let's get through tonight's. Let's get through tonight's.
What did I take? I
You
took
took
PSG,
PSG. I think they won. Not sure.
I almost took Real, and I think they lost or
Real
tied.
won.
No,
Real
Real
won.
won 3-2. Do we know if PSG won? Can we get a look up on that? Do you have your phone? Look up, see if PSG won.
Yeah, I'm going the
Yeah.
gas here out right now.
But last year, you
You
two
were
both
on.
worked at Tantos. You guys were on us about it, like not hitting any bets, but we finished up 6 units. People
That's the
forget.
PSG search engine right there.
Did they win?
Oh, we're still loading. Oh, no. I'm not getting good service down here. Oh, here we go. They won 3-0.
Let's go, Mike.
Go.
All right, so we just need the
We're back.
Mavs to win tonight. I took them
We're
as
back.
dogs. Took them as
The
dogs.
Mavs are +4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are they playing? OKC?
Well, I took the money
Yeah.
line. We need a
They're
big
on a-
night from Luca.
They're
Big
on a
night
win
from
streak
Luca.
though. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Pulling for you guys. I haven't taken a single one of them, but I'm pulling for you guys.
Maybe, you know what? Maybe that's what we need. I'm going to hit the Tanzos group chat tonight. Maybe we need a little, good juju from the boys.
Yeah.
Because last year you guys were all over and we were up 6 units at the end. Now we're sitting at even. I think it's because you guys have, you think you're too cool for the beat team.
No.
Not you two, but the rest of the group, like Caleb,
Yeah. Oh,
Spencer.
damn. Name drops.
Should I continue?
No.
So yeah, low scoring game, high scoring game.
Yeah, let's
low.
get back to it.
Probably
Low
low.
scoring.
I'll go low scoring.
I don't even know does anyone know the line?
My guess it's
It's probably like 40.
Did you
40.
do like your rapid
Well, I
fire
guess
or anything?
40.
no.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that
We'll do that.
after this.
Well, I'm not trying to like spoil anything, but like,
What?
I mean, so low scoring game.
Oh, absolutely.
What-
Absolutely. Mike's
What,
taking
what
the
spread?
under.
What spread would you take?
I would take the under no matter what it is.
No, I'm talking.
Oh, spread? Steelers.
So if it's like +4.5, you.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it's 3 or under, I'm taking the Birds.
The
Okay.
spread is 5.5.
So I'm
currently,
taking the Steelers.
and the under is 42.5.
That's like.
right on
That's
two.
a sneaky under.
That
You know
is-
what?
that is-
I
That's a
might take
sneaky
the
under.
over there.
That,
Yeah.
I might take the over.
Because that's like a 23-20 game right
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and it like hits the over by half a point.
Yep.
There's been a lot of garbage time points recently
Mhm.
that have been really
Absolutely.
killing people's unders,
Mm-hmm.
and the Eagles love to score late.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't love that under anymore. I thought it was gonna be like 45, 46.
Yeah.
Also, like you look at the Steelers games, it's not like they aren't scoring in the second half either.
Yeah.
They're one of the higher scoring second half teams. This first half, it might be a halftime under that we're taking here. Because both teams kind of suck in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, first
Agreed.
quarter. Eagles, you want to lock Eagles under points first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because they're gonna have 0 if any.
The thing with the Steelers is that we went our first like 8 games without allowing any points in the third quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and we've only done it in like 2 games. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
You guys were on a streak. I know the Steelers were definitely on a streak of scoring in the first quarter. Not touchdowns, just getting points on the board.
usually a field goal because Bob
Yeah.
will hit like a 55-yarder,
Yeah.
and it'd
you
be
go
3-0
silent.
going into the second. We
Yeah.
might hit another field goal. Other team might score a touchdown.
Yeah.
We'll be down at halftime by like a point or 3.
How's the weather supposed to be? Do we know that?
Cold.
Cold and rainy?
Not
I don't think it's
just
gonna.
be a little
Actually,
windy.
it
Cloudy.
might not be
I
cold.
was looking at it.
Because
Really
if
gonna be
it's,
cold?
I'm sure it's going to be a little chilly in that stadium.
It's going to be cold.
It's going to be cold. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If it-
Oh yeah. No, it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, I would say the cold air is going to get blown out, but we all know that unless the Steelers fans show up, it's not going to.
It's gonna be cold. And
probably going to be a cold one. Yeah, so I'm
45
going to
and
say
cloudy.
45 and cloudy. Ooh.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate you guys don't get sun in the eyes. Yeah, so I'm going to take the over in the Steelers
Money line or the spread? You're saying
spread.
spread. Okay. Who do you think's gonna win though?
Eagles. I do. There's something like when the Eagles have everything going bad,
Yeah.
like something always happens and they just come back around and they win. Like it was going really bad earlier and Sirianni just shows up with no hair and they just go on a tear. Like if he shows up with another haircut on Sunday, just expect the Eagles to not lose another game the rest of the season. I said this a few weeks ago. If he shaves his head one more time, he enters the Final Four. And the Eagles, it's guaranteed Super Bowl. Guaranteed Super Bowl. So if he shows up with a shaved head and it's him versus Tomlin, shaved head versus shaved head, could you imagine this? So Mike Tomlin just dresses like Mike Tomlin, shows up on the sideline. Sirianni comes out with shades on. He has a knit hat on.
Steelers
and
by
just a
40.
big pullover. If he comes out like that, I might take the Birds by 1,000,000.
Oh man.
Just an ultimate troll job.
You'd lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, so
It's probably one of the tougher games on the slate.
yeah.
It is tough.
Yeah.
I
The
was
rest
Such
of the
a tough
games.
spread.
Like if we
I would
want to
argue
get
it's the
into
toughest.
if we want to get into the rest of this
Yeah.
weekend here, like the rest of the games kind of suck.
Yeah.
There's one game that's pretty interesting that I was looking at. Rams at 49ers.
I was looking at that.
Yeah.
Now, here's why I don't think that's a good game. Because I was trying to pick games. I talked with Mike earlier, and I was like, this is legitimately the only one worth talking about.
Yeah.
Here's my thing with that one. the 49ers have been the most inconsistent team, and the Rams are starting to really get rolling here.
Yeah.
You look at what they did last week against the Bills. I really don't think this game's going to be close.
No, I think the Rams are going to win outright. Like I know
Easy.
they're +2.5, but I think they're going to win by like 10.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that close. And you look at the Rams actually, Josh Allen's going to get his yards. He's going to get his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. It's like watching Tyrese Maxey or like some of these Citrus
He
players.
put up some crazy numbers.
Yeah. And it's like you're not going to stop him, but can you stop the other guy? And the 49ers don't have Josh Allen, but they do have Christian McCaffrey. And if the Rams can somehow stop that run game again, I don't see how the 49ers even get into this game.
Is McCaffrey playing?
No.
I don't even think he's playing.
No.
I think
He's
he's on the IR too.
So
This
yeah,
game
so-
is done. This is going to be a 30-point win.
Yeah.
If this division wasn't so close, I would agree with you. But I feel like after that win against the Bears, where they looked excellent, the Niners.
But it's the Bears.
It
Mike.
is the
That's like
Bears.
playing the Jets.
I know, but guess what? They still have a chance to win the division. Every single team. If they were
part of
if
it,
they were
yeah.
out of the water right now, dead shit, done for the year, different story. Then I would take the Rams. I like the Rams
Who's
too.
the 49ers quarterback this week?
Should be Brock Purdy, no?
Yeah, so give me the Rams by 30.
I might have to take the Niners, dude.
Brock-
the Niners are
Not the
favorites,
spread.
by the way.
They're
They're
minus
minus
two.
2.5.
They have the home field.
That's
advantage.
fine.
That's it.
Home field advantage. No one goes to their games.
I'm
That's
saying
true.
the
No,
spread is their home advantage.
Yeah, I know.
Too.
I know, and you're going to like what I'm about to say. Brock Purdy needs a lot of weapons to be able to function as a human being. And he doesn't have them. What are you going to do? Give me a third-string running back? Yeah, that ain't going to get it done. So I think the 49ers are completely finished. They have no running backs. Debo Samuel's tweeting out really cryptic messages, worse than A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You got half the team injured. They're all old. They're literally all going on. You know that little like button that there was commercial for, like I've fallen and can't get up?
Yeah.
That's what half the defense
Life
has on them when they play.
Life away.
And it's I don't see how how are they going to even get into games?
I have a question here. So
They all should be put in a home.
for fantasy, have you guys seen everyone go absolutely batshit crazy for this Isaac Garendo kid?
I have
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay, because for my one fantasy league, we have the FAAB where you have to like put a certain amount of like bucks down to get him.
Okay.
Dude, people were putting down hundreds of these dollars to just fit this guy in for a running back spot.
He was worth it this week.
He
played
was.
really well.
I think
He was.
I believe he's questionable though.
Yeah.
They might
Yeah,
have
he
to
got
put a
hurt.
fourth string
Yep.
running back in.
Dude, this team,
Yeah, it's a domino effect.
honestly, it doesn't matter if you're old or young on this team. They're all injured. Maybe it's something at San Francisco Water. The city sucks. Sorry to break it to all of them. That city is terrible.
Come on, heater.
But,
I think you just have a 49ers problem.
well, that's a different
Can't really
story.
blame him, can you?
That's a different story. The Rams, I'm going to call right now 38-14.
The Rams are going to be I don't think they're going to get in because of, I think they have to win their division at this point, which
Yep.
it's possible, but
It is.
it's the Seahawks are like finding ways to win games that they should be losing and losing games that they should be winning. They're a whole different problem.
Yep.
But if the Rams somehow get into the playoffs, I certainly wouldn't want to play them again.
No.
No.
Eagles.
That'd be
Who's the
miserable.
one team that you
Eagles
don't want to
destroyed
play
them.
though? Who's the one team in the NFC that you are just not looking? Besides the Lions, what team you're like shit? Like they actually might give us a run for our money.
The Panthers.
That'll be next year.
Honestly, I wouldn't care to see. Now, that's not me saying I think we'd lose because I don't think we would. I would not care to see the Packers again.
The Packers.
Yeah,
Yeah. Josh Jacobs looks really good right now.
he does, but I still think.
I think he
the
matches
Eagles
well
win that
against them.
game. Yeah. Honestly, like, I'm not even like really thinking about it like that. I'm thinking about just getting to Detroit
Yeah.
or somehow getting home field advantage. I know this is going to be it's going to be a crazy thing, but I'm telling you, I think the Eagles can beat Detroit, and like it's not as mind blowing to me thinking about it. Like not even just because I'm a fan. Like I think that defense can shut down Detroit, like
I
keep
agree
it a
with you.
reasonably scoring game.
I agree with you. I said it literally 2 weeks ago. I said congrats to Philadelphia. You're going to the Super Bowl.
If we have to go to Detroit, that's one thing though. 'Cause they're
No,
gonna
it doesn't matter.
Wow, we get to beat him twice.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Get to beat them twice. Well,
Well
listen,
said. Well said.
by all means, if you find a way to get through Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Patrick Mahomes,
We'll
all
get
power to
through. We'll
you.
get through. Hopefully we'll get through
You could beat
Lamar because we've beat him already.
You should be able to beat Lamar, and if you don't let Mahomes get the ball last, you can win that
If we
game.
lose by 2 points to the Chiefs in whatever game,
I can see it. I can see it
I'm
now.
done.
I can see the Bills and the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. It won't be in Buffalo, but
Dude, they want the Chiefs to be there so bad.
I can see Josh Allen on the sideline, on the borderline of tears after he lost to the Mahomes once again by a fucking field goal.
Yeah. That field goal is going to come right after a ghost call to give them the field goal range.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be crying though. He did just buy a house in Arizona. Big golf guy, so
Yeah.
I think he'd be kind of happy.
He's getting married.
Yeah, he likes hockey.
Yeah.
Very
Good
cool.
for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Very happy man.
He's getting paid a lot of money to throw football and be beloved in Buffalo, but he just won't ever. If this is
I think that's an underrated thing. I really do.
what?
Like, I don't think it would matter how much money he was making, genuinely, because I think there's something to be said about like being loved and like never being hated by your fan base. Like Mahomes has it. Like he could throw 5 interceptions tomorrow, and it wouldn't matter. His fan base is gonna love him. And I know that's a completely different situation because he's won. But like Josh Allen could go out there and just be Josh Allen and do nothing for an entire game, and people will be like, Josh had a bad game. He'll be back next week. Like,
It's kind of like Stafford and Detroit.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Look at Hurts and Dak. Like when they have a bad game, the fan base is ripping them.
Yeah.
Like I guess the closest thing to Josh Allen in the league right now for guys that haven't won would be like Baker Mayfield, Jameis Winston,
Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Jared Goff right now. But I don't know about Jared Goff either. Like if Jared Goff
If they don't win this year, I think they will turn on Goff. A little bit, if it's his fault, because
If it's his fault,
there's people who are Goff defenders. To me, it's so clear that he is like, if they have any quarterback that's not him, they're winning the next 3 Super Bowls. That team is so great. Like he's good, don't get me wrong, but like I don't think he's like elite. Like he's like he manages them well. He's Brock Purdy.
I don't think
last
he's a
year.
top 10 quarterback in the league.
No.
I think he's a good quarterback on a top 10 team.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback on a top 10
He doesn't
team.
blow them games. Like he keeps it. He keeps doing what he needs to do, and that's it. But he's also like there hasn't been any plays or drives this year where I'm like, wow, Jared Goff ran down the field and won them the game. Like we tell you about Josh Allen and Mahomes. So I was like, no. St. Brown had an amazing drive, or Montgomery or Gibbs or Laporta.
That's exactly what it is.
St. Brown's been quiet though recently.
Last week he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was
40
great in the
points,
blocking
2 weeks
game.
ago. Yeah.
That's the thing with
Doesn't
Goff.
have to.
With Goff,
It's
he doesn't
crazy.
really have as much attention on him as he usually does because of Gibbs and Montgomery.
Yeah.
And
They're
James
getting the ball
Williams,
so
Laporta.
much.
They're
Like
just loading
they're
the
running.
ball.
They're running crazy.
That's the other
Yeah.
thing with Goff that I am so confused about. Goff and Jalen Hurts are not that different. Goff's a better passer, but there are times like there's people on
Yeah, you're
sports
just-
radio who are like,
Take
oh,
that
Hurts
from me
doesn't
real quick."
throw the ball. They just rely on Saquon. They rely on the run game. Hurts isn't a real quarterback. Jared Goff literally hands the ball to Sonic and Knuckles all the time, and then occasionally throws to St. Brown.
Yeah.
Like, what was that on Thanksgiving? They had like over 150 yards rushing in the first half.
Yeah.
But between the two of them, he's not throwing that much.
Yeah.
It's because he doesn't have to.
Mhm.
Like the quarterbacks that got to throw a lot. I mean, he doesn't have to throw a lot because he has Cook, but like Josh Allen technically doesn't have to throw as much as he does. He just does because he's really,
Josh
really
Allen,
good
yeah.
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm Hurts and I know throwing isn't my stronger suit, of course I'm not going to throw it as much.
Yeah.
But
Which is crazy.
He wins what he can win. Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of here, first of all, score prediction.
For the Steelers game.
Yep.
24-17 Birds.
Like realistic or like
What do you think the score is going to be?
27-20 Steelers.
All right. I was worried you were going to say the Birds for a second.
Okay.
All right. Good. But now, before we get out of here, I want to get everyone gets to give one mortal. We'll go one mortal this week. All right. So who wants to start? I feel like Ethan wants to start. He's hot.
You're hot,
You know what?
dude. Come
I'm
on.
putting you on the spot.
Come on, bro.
Putting you on the spot.
You saved.
Pick a moral.
You saved the game.
Pick a moral.
Is this spreads and over-unders? I can't take money
You can
lines.
pick whatever you want.
So we're just doing
You
spreads.
can do whatever you want this week. Within reason. It can't be minus 900, you know. It's just ridiculous.
There it is.
I like that. I like that. All right, yeah, Mike, you definitely don't get to go.
Oh, no.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Since I've
Luke,
been
I'm gonna give you
scorching
next
hot.
dibs.
What you have last?
Do we know what the lines are?
That line's correct.
Okay.
What did I have last? I had Atlanta, but then I had the over in one.
Just for the record, he picked Rams plus 2.5.
But
That's an easy
feel
win.
free to take the money line too.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just
I'll go.
looking at
I'll
it.
Listen,
go,
Luka
I'll
took
go.
a lot of time. He's got.
yeah,
to think
he's
about
going to
this.
take 10 years.
No, I don't have to think about it. I just need to look.
Cowboys
Like
are
a red
currently an underdog, and I'm going to take them plus 1.5 on the road. Can we get a check on that line? Is it still plus 1.5 for the Cowboys?
It was last time I checked back on it again. Who are they playing?
They are playing the Panthers. It's the first time the Panthers have been favored in 2 years.
Damn.
And they're in Carolina?
In Carolina. Yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys plus 1.5. You got it?
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Look at this
Carolina's
guy.
gonna by 2 scores.
I can't bet Carolina anymore. They always bite me in the ass.
Dude, Carolina is gonna win that game. Why?
Steelers plus 5.5
When I
out of the
saw
kid. Let's go.
the
That's
Panthers-
confidence right there. We're taking the Rams, the Cowboys, and the Steelers. Mike, give us the pick that we are fading.
Sorry, bro. We're taking the birds.
All right, so we are on the
don't
Steelers
do that.
heavy. We're on the Steelers heavy. Let's go. It's minus 5.5, Mike.
Minus 4.5. We're
Five-
adjusting the line.
Nope, 5.5. We take real lines
It's
here.
fine.
They're gonna do just fine, bro.
Oh,
Pickens doesn't
boy.
play. We're good.
All right,
Don't
so
worry.
that's what I like. So we're taking the Rams plus 2.5, the Cowboys plus 1.5, Steelers plus 5.5, and then Mike's taking the Birds minus 5.5. So we are going to fade that and take the Steelers this week.
Fade 'em. Fade 'em.
All right. So
Cowboys
shout
are
out to
plus
you
2
guys.
now, if
Plus
they change anything.
plus 2.
Yeah.
Plus
Oh.
2.5.
Plus 2.5. Yeah.
That's even better. It's even
I
better.
don't think it makes it.
It's going to be a
Who do they
one-score
play?
game.
They're playing the
Panthers.
Panthers in Carolina.
First time that the Panthers are favored in 2 years. There's no way they win. I'm cheering for Bryce Young. I don't know if you guys heard, but the Panthers are going to win the division.
The
next year.
Cowboys can't lose to the Panthers,
Um,
but they just might.
They might.
They might lose.
We have Cooper Rush as the quarterback, and we have Noah Overshown. All right. Thank you, boys, for coming on this week. That was a pleasure. Looking forward to the next time. What's that?
So thanks for having us.
Oh, of course,
Yeah,
of
thank you.
course, of course. So, Ethan, Luca, Mikey Meatball, Muller, we're out of here. Shout out to Sabrina Carpenter.